And we'll just sit to start with. So lower your gaze or close your eyes. And as you sit, you just begin probably to notice where you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable. And so when you notice that, just shift your body. What could you do to feel a little bit more comfortable? You might lengthen out both your legs. You don't have to sit with your legs crossed. You might sit on your block. And just begin to bring all of your awareness to yourself, slowly letting go of the outside world. Keep giving yourself permission to move, to shift your posture, allowing for more ease and more comfort. The Yin Yoga practice is all about going deep within, into your body, into your psyche. And the collective intention is not to relax as such, although that will become a byproduct of your practice. It's to inquire, where is the discomfort? Where is the incongruence within me? And can I let it go? Can I let it go through breath, through sound, through movement, and through stillness? And the stiller and the more relaxed in body and mind we become, the more we start to expand our consciousness. And remember, we're not just a mind or a body. There's a part of us that is here to experience life in its fullest form. In the Yin practice, it doesn't matter what you look like, it's how you're feeling. The Yin is referring to the feminine within us. How are you feeling? The sensations of your body, the emotions of your heart. And can we allow everything to be here? That's what you find if you just allow everything to be here rather than resist. You'll notice everything is constantly changing. So even discomfort, pain, thoughts, mental chatter, it's constantly changing in quality. And when we experience this in our body, we start to translate this into our life. So rather than resisting change and discomfort in our life, we observe it, we allow it to be there. From a place of awareness and peace, we can respond. This is the Yin practice. And ultimately, it's a practice of allowing us to find deep sense of repose in the body so we can float into the state of meditation. Witnessing yourself, expanding your consciousness, and feeling the bliss of being alive. So as you sit here, can you now sense a part of you that feels at ease? What is it like to feel at ease with what is? Bring your breath awareness, bring the breath into that place in your body. Expand that sense of ease, space, and openness. Also training ourselves to become more aware of the pleasant things in life. Feminine within us is here to play, to dance, to sing, to laugh. Enjoy those moments of pleasure, creativity, and joy. So if you feel comfortable, bringing both of your hands now to the energetic heart vortex. In yoga, we call it Anahata chakra. Here is the vibration of gratitude, forgiveness, acceptance, love. And setting your intention, your personal intention for your practice. I am at ease. I am peaceful. I am healthy. I am pleasure. I am flexibility. Just frame your intention with I am. And if you feel comfortable, we'll open the class with the sacred sound of Om. Open your eyes. Okay, so let's take our first shape. So once again, it doesn't matter how it looks, it's whether you're feeling the stimulation that I'm mentioning. So we're going to start with the feet. The Yin style of yoga is focusing on everything other than the muscles. So in the other styles, in exercise, in Yang Yoga, we're looking at muscular contraction and relaxation, building our strength. This class is looking more at our flexibility and the energy flow, and also the mental aspect of the flow of the mind. So anybody got ankle or foot injuries? We're good? Okay. So you're going to start with one foot and you're going to stretch the top of the foot here. So remember, in this practice, we're not looking initially for ease. We're looking to find what we call our edge. And our edge is that place where we can feel a stimulation of the target area of the body. And can we breathe through it? So we don't want to be holding the breath. That's a sign that you've gone past your edge. You might be moving into pain, or you could create injury. Become very aware of your breath. As long as you can breathe here, breathe through the discomfort. Good. And we're stimulating here the tops of the feet, so you've got your lymphatic reflex points. The lymphatic system, part of our cleansing system of the body. Just begin to bring all of your awareness to what you're noticing here. So we're training ourselves for meditation. Can we focus one-pointed awareness? And when you notice discomfort, exhale. Focus on the exhale, allowing yourself to relax and release into the sensation. If there's any sharp pain, if you're holding your breath, please release. Come out of the shape. So we find our edge, and then we find stillness. And in the stillness, we notice sensations changing. Muscle here at the top that we're relaxing. Keep breathing. Notice how you respond to this challenge of the shape. Good. And just stretch that leg out. So there's time. We hold it for a certain amount of time. And I'll be silent sometimes for about 1 minute to 2 minutes. And in the silence, you want to start listening to your own voice. So rather than listen to me, it's a time for you to listen to what are the thoughts going on in your mind. Yeah? Then we come out of the shape, and this is called the rebound. So this is when we let the blood rush back into the area that was compressed or that was pulled. And listen to what your body needs. So you might need some gentle movement. Yeah, you might need to massage. Touch will help with moving sensation through the body. Yeah? So that's the basic principles of each pose that we take. So we're going to change sides now and just do the other foot. And essentially we're targeting the connective tissue, the fascia of the body. So do you remember what fascia is? Our long-time students here? Yes? Fascia? It's like a net running through the body, like a matrix. It's like cellar wrap, and it's holding your organs together. It's holding the muscles in place, the organs in place. It's weaving itself all through the organs and cells of the body. And most importantly, it's a sensory system. So it's like our skin. It's more sensitive than the skin of our body. And recent studies are showing that fascia, this is the superhighway for us to understand where we are in space and time, where our emotions get stored. And on a physical level, it's our fascia that's responsible for healing and flexibility. So in order for the fascia to receive stimulation, it needs this long-held traction or compression, at least 90 seconds. Keep breathing. And give yourself permission to come out of whatever shape we're in if there's any sharp pain. When you feel comfortable, inhale, expand that breath, the in-breath. And when there's discomfort, allow the exhale to relax and release. Take one full cycle of breath. Good. And then slowly come out. So when you come out of the shape, you're coming out very slowly into the rebound. And you might be still for a moment and just feel what was the effect of that on your body. Then you might hear the body say, I need to move. I need to circulate more blood, more energy, rotate the ankle. You might touch that part of the body that we stimulated. So this is the basic principle in the Yin practice. There's 4 parts. Yeah. Traditionally, Yin's mostly done on the earth, seated poses, but you can do any pose in the Yin style. Yeah. The mainstream standing pose is only one, and this is called the dangling pose. So we're going to take this now. So we stand up. If you suffer from vertigo, if you've got sinus issues or headaches, then you can just bring your hands onto the wall, onto your knees, and do a flat back. Yeah? Otherwise, we're going to come into a forward fold. And this is called the dangling pose. So this is all about relaxing and releasing the ligaments, the joints of the spine, including your neck, the cervical spine, and relaxing the muscles that you're noticing. So the lower back, mid-back, and upper back, the neck, and allow yourself to bend your knees slightly, especially if your belly is not resting on your thighs. So there's no strain here. And focus on your exhale. When you forward fold in yoga, we're emphasizing the outgoing breath. Forward folds help the mind to slow down the thoughts. So you'll notice your thoughts. Become aware of your thoughts. Notice your sensations. Find the edge, the shape. You become still. And we linger. Time is the key factor in stimulating the yin tissue of the body. Relax your muscles. Start to become comfortable with silence. there anywhere else you can relax and let go? Long sighing sound. Coming into the final phase, the rebound. So we'll come up very slowly from the forward fold. Take your time. Been down here for a while. Come up slowly. The head is the last thing to rise. And just be still for a moment. Just check in. What do you need to feel a little bit more centered, more open? You might move your arms. You might do a big stretch or some gentle movement. So whatever you feel like you need to do. Shoulder rolls. Good. So in Yin Yoga, we're also going deeper than just the muscles and the connective tissue, the ligaments and the joints. We're also looking at the energy body, so the energy lines, the meridians. In springtime, we focus on the liver and the gallbladder. So if you bend your knees and just touch your big toe, come through to the second toe, draw a line up through the inner legs, up through the belly, under the breast, through the nipples, through the chest, up and to the side, to the temples, up to the head. Then we go to the gallbladder energy line, which is down the side of the body. So when we focus with intention, just draw, trace these energy lines again 2 more times. Where our intention goes, our energy flows. So nearly every pose will affect all of the energy lines. If our intention is to work on the yin energy lines for spring, the yang energy lines for spring, and that is where you'll start to notice sensation, flow of energy in your body. Let's come down into what we call the dragon. So on a muscular level, you want to relax the thigh, the back thigh, and the deeper muscle of the psoas. This is great if you've been sitting down all day, if you're a runner. Also very good. So you might feel like this is where you can feel this area. You're going to relax this part of the inner hip. It's an awake dragon. You could come down into the sleeping dragon, so the head is down. If you've been practicing for a long time and you feel like your edge, you want to take it just a little bit deeper. You could walk that front foot out and lift the bottom of the foot off the earth. So take a moment, doesn't matter how it looks, just where you're feeling. Can you feel the inner hip, inner thigh? There's a gentle stimulation of the yin energy line of the liver. And some of you in the winged dragon, you'll be feeling the outer energy line of the gallbladder. Once you've found your shape, embrace stillness. Work with your breath. Observe sensation and thought. Watch how these sensations and thoughts change. Keep the breath flowing. And be gentle with yourself. Some days this practice can feel very challenging. So many thoughts going through our head, so much discomfort. Be gentle. Another 15 seconds. Using breath awareness, the exhale to release sensations that you'd like to let go of. And slowly we'll come out of the shape. So the body is very fragile as we come out. So be very gentle. Some of you might take a child's pose, head to the earth. And some of you might feel like you need to take all pressure off the knees and come into the downward dog. One of the best analogies for what we're doing is like putting braces on your teeth. The traction of the braces held over many months, many years, changes the shape, the location of the teeth, allows more space for most people, and optimizes the function of the mouth and the jaw. So the yin poses, this is like the braces. This is what it's doing to your body. So let's change sides and do the dragon on the other side. For most of us, you'll feel very different. The body is not asymmetrical. The body is asymmetrical. It's not symmetrical. Got different organs on different sides. And we tend to have more tension on one side than the other. So just observe, and in your home practice, the tighter side, you might linger for a bit longer. So find your shape, first part, first phase. Take about 30 seconds, explore. What's it like to do the sleeping version? Maybe you feel like you can find your edge more fully in the awake version. And once you've decided on the shape, commit to stillness. Working today for about 90 seconds to 2 minutes. And we linger and we soften all of the muscles that we're noticing. Breathing. Can just have that intention, you're stimulating the energy pathways of the inner leg and outer leg. To nourish the energy flow into the actual organs, the liver and the gallbladder. Major organs of detoxification and metabolism. Just lingering now. And take one full cycle of breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Very slowly come into the rebound phase. Take your time. Very slowly. And just permission to either be still or some gentle movements. I often like to just swirl my hips in the cat after the dragon. And then slowly coming down onto the earth. So how are we going with the heat in the room? You're okay? Yeah. What you find is your connective tissue is stimulated, where there's attraction, where there's a compression. The tissue becomes more fluid. Yeah. So you often get quite warm. There's more blood starting to flow throughout the body, more energy flow as well. An alive body is in a warm body. Unless it's a fever, generally, as we die, we lose energy, so we become quite cold. So if you feel like you're getting like a hot flash through the whole body, that's a good sign. Yeah, your connective tissues responding. Okay, so we're going to come into the half box pose. For some of us with knees, this is not safe. It's not only uncomfortable, but it's not safe. So what you can do is, instead of doing it this way, you could do it up against the wall. The wall is a good friend in Yin. You could do it like this. Yes, or you could do it like this on your back. So you want to feel the stimulation of your outer hip, your lower back. So just play around with it. This is the exploration of finding your edge. You already know you've got knee issues. Do it on the floor or on the wall. And if you are seated, then you can also do your neck as well at the same time. If you're on the floor, you might be able to do your neck. Just turn your neck to the side and be creative. Yeah? Okay. So find your edge as long as there's no sharp pain. We don't want to be feeling this in the knees. It's in the outer hip of the leg that's bent. So if you're in the seated version, so if I've got my right leg forward, I'm going to stimulate the right side of my neck. So I'll turn my head to the left shoulder. Some of you have been practicing for quite a while, so you might feel like you can take your edge a bit deeper and come over for a lateral stimulation of the body. You're also stimulating the gallbladder energy line. Find the edge. Bring your full awareness to what you're feeling. And then commit to stillness. So stay alert. Let the breath keep you alert so you're not drifting off into sleep, daydream. Hear the sound of your breath. Keep relaxing the muscles that you're noticing. As long as you're not suffering from depression or dizziness, close your eyes. It's a good way to stay focused. If you are suffering, feeling a bit down, then just keep a little bit of light in your eyes. But try and keep the eyes focused on one point. Breathing. Keep yielding, letting go of the excess tension you're noticing. Complete cycle of breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Relax the jaw. Very gently coming into the rebound phase. If you're on your back, you might stretch both legs up to the sky to begin with, and then onto the earth. If you're in the seated version, just stretch legs out. You might want to be still. You might feel like you need some movement. So we're learning to listen to ourselves, our inner teacher, Satguru. ability to take ourselves from ignorance to wisdom, pain to pleasure, an inner guide, an intuition, a wise voice within. Let's take the other side now. And for most of you, it will feel different again, quite different on this side. Most of us, because of posture and how we sit, we tend to have the hips are a bit tilted. And you start to notice how they're tilted through the poses. So take some time to feel into the edge. So you want to feel a sensation in this outer hip. Some of you will feel it in the lower back. You might also be stimulating the side of your neck here and throat. And some of you might be leaning over to the side and tractioning the side body, the gallbladder energy line. Committing to stillness. Focusing on the quality of your breath. So as we deepen into the practice, allow the breath to become longer. You might count the breath for a little bit. Inhaling for 5 counts. Exhaling for 5 counts. Training the mind to focus, to be present. And taking in a full cycle of breath, inhale through the nose. Exhale out through mouth. And very gently coming into the rebound phase. Just bringing your body into a neutral position. And practicing here a transition. So just take a moment, listen, what do I need? And then respond. It could be stillness, it could be movement, it could be touch. We deepen into the practice. Many of us, we start to feel a bit emotional. You might start smiling or laughing, remembering happy things. You might start to feel like you want to cry. You don't know why, but it's just your emotional body starting to respond. And I know from being a student and many, many years of being a teacher, the person next to you is not paying attention to you. So give yourself permission to let those emotions flow. Okay, so let's come over onto the belly. So we'll come into, this is called the Sphinx position. And so here in the Yang style of yoga, usually we'd squeeze the buttocks muscles, we'd press the arms down, we'd lift the chest. We're creating space and strength in the lower back. So in the Yin version, we want to create a compression into the vertebra of the spine. It creates more space, connective tissue starts to hydrate, brings more flexibility. So it might be a bit uncomfortable, but we relax the belly, relax the buttocks. And unusually here, you can also sink into the shoulders because you want that compression. Yeah? Some of you though, if you wanted that chest opening feeling, you might really expand the chest here and lift, roll the shoulders down. And start to breathe. So focus on one point on the floor, or you could close the eyes and focus on a point in the center of the brain, pineal gland. And just breathe. Stimulating the bladder energy lines that are running down the back of the body. So very often there's that sense of the eyes becoming watery, wanting to cry or laugh. And after some time, especially if you're used to this practice, you might be able to deepen your edge and come into the seal. So now we lengthen the arms. And if that feels like it's gone past your edge, it's a bit painful, you're holding the breath, you're contracting rather than relaxing, just walk your hands out to the side. It takes a little bit of pressure off the vertebra. And I have a few issues, but a spinal issue. So this was the pose that really changed my life. And I started crying, and I didn't stop for a few months every time I did this pose. It's affecting the spine, connective tissue of your back. And the spine is connected to life, our allowance of life. We're living true to ourselves. And we're resisting life, denying life. Celebrating being true. So keep breathing. Take a full cycle of breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and very gently coming down. So for most of us, just bringing our hands under the forehead, just keeping the neck straight. And just breathe. Take a moment of stillness. And acquire a deep belly breath. So as you inhale, expand the belly into the earth. And as you exhale, feel like your navel is drawing up to the spine and the sky. Inhale, expand the belly. Exhale, navel to spine and sky. Do 2 more rounds, deep belly breath. Allowing you to dial up the relaxation response, sympathetic nervous system. Relax and digest your day. So to come out, you could just roll over onto your back. I find that I prefer just to come back into child's pose. It's a little bit of a counter action for the lower back. And in the Yin style, traditionally we don't have counter poses. So we're looking to create that deep stimulation and keep the stimulation flowing. So we don't rebalance it straight away with a counter pose like the Yang style of yoga. So slowly making our way into the end of the physical, the pose practice. So this is when you choose what you would like to do. So if you've been practicing for many years, you know the possibilities. If you're unsure, and it's your first time, I would suggest coming over onto your back and perhaps doing what we call the boomerang pose. This will stimulate the side of your body, particularly the lower back and the deeper connective tissue of your lower back. Okay? So the boomerang, you'll have right leg over left. If your shoulders are okay, hands behind your head, and you walk your body over to the left, and then your legs. So you create a boomerang shape with your body. If that doesn't suit you, just raise your hand and I'll give you something else, or you're welcome to do anything else that suits you. Find your edge, be curious, explore. Maybe your arms could come out long by your ears. Maybe you need to have your arms by your side. Notice where you're feeling any contraction, any stimulation, and try and relax that area. Amplify your breath. You can hear your body breathing. You feel like you're in command of your breath. You're guiding the count, the length of your breath. Listening to your own voice. Just letting your thoughts pass like clouds in the sky. The more you relax, the more you start to notice the presence of energy flow. Some people experience it as a gentle pulsation. Other people experience lights, vision. Anything's possible. It's your experience. Take a full cycle of breath, inhaling. Exhale out through the mouth, relax the jaw, and just bring yourself into a neutral position. If you're in the snail, stay there a bit longer if it feels right. You could do legs up the wall. And just neutralize that twist. Some of you might need to move, shift the hips. You start to notice where you're out of alignment, so you can shift the body. And then taking the other side. So boomerang on the other side. Just be curious about where you can bring your arms, how far you can twist the body over. Find your edge. We often say that if 10 was pain, 0 was numbness, feeling. Your edge for most people will be about a 7 out of 10. You're feeling something. And shape is taking that stimulation that your mind needs to be present. So allow the shape and the sensations to bring your mind in. Focus it, reel it in into the present moment. Committing to stillness, as long as there's no sharp pain, staying still, lingering now for another minute or so, letting go of tension, observing yourself. Very slowly taking a full cycle of breath and gently bringing your body into a neutral position. Listening, being receptive to what you need in this moment. If you'd like to move, perhaps just bring your legs up above to the sky in the waterfall pose. Just give yourself one more minute or so, and then we'll rest completely. We'll do a breath expansion practice and then a meditation. Waterfall pose above the heart. If you're near the wall, you can bring them onto the wall. The greatest ways to affect the lymphatic system, cleanse any heaviness, any pain or swelling in your legs, knees. So it's said to be very good for your blood circulatory system and the heart to relax. And just bring your thighs to your belly. Give yourself a hug. This is affecting the downward flow of our energy upon them. It's very good for physical elimination, menstruation, cramps, bloatedness. And symbolically, just allowing yourself to let go of anything that you no longer need, anything that doesn't feel true, limited perceptions, behaviors that don't serve you. Courage to let go of relationships and habits that don't serve you. And like a seed, the seed of a flower in spring, starting to plant yourself into the earth. Taking 3 deep belly breaths. Feel the rise and fall of the belly. And gently come into the final pose, resting pose, peace pose, the pose of death and rebirth. So we let go of all shape. If it's uncomfortable for you to lay on your back, you can lay on your side. And traditionally we lay on our back, close the eyes, palms facing up. And just systematically letting go of every part of your body. Connective tissue in the crown of your head, relax. Face muscles, relax. Throat, neck, chest, relax. Belly, lower back, hips, relax. Inner thighs, outer thighs, top of the thighs, and your hamstrings relax. Your calf muscles, your feet, your toes, and your bones relax. Whole of your body relaxed and open. Letting go of the sound of my voice for a few minutes. Bring you back with the sound of the bell. Returning your awareness, the sound of your breath, the sound of my voice. And the breath rides our life force energy, our prana, force of life. So if you can notice that sensation of prana as you breathe. Certain desire, a certain energy willing you to breathe, to live, to experience life. And just gently now bring some movement to your body. You might begin just moving your fingers, bringing each finger to your thumb. You might wiggle your toes, circle your ankles. Move your neck from right to left. And just stretch out the whole of your body, feel the bones in your body. And feel a sense of expansion, so allow your body to be wide and long. Picking up as much space as you can in the room. And just ask yourself where you could play bigger in life. Instead of contracting, playing small, keeping your truth hidden, where could you be brave, expand, claim your space, your gifts. And just imagine yourself doing that. See yourself expanding. And just bring both thighs to your chest. Just gently rocking your spine. It's very gentle movement. You might open your hips here, just coming into happy baby. Just rock from right to left. And turning to the side. Very slowly coming up, so sitting in a comfortable position. Doesn't matter what it looks like as long as you feel comfortable. So if you're near a wall, you could have your back on the wall. You could sit on your block or bring a pillow. Lengthen the spine. So if you don't feel comfortable putting your fingers on your face, that's understandable and fine. There are wipes over there. Does anybody want one? Okay. So you can imagine that you're opening and closing your nostrils if you prefer not to touch your face. So we're going to do, on the surface, it's called alternate nostril breathing. But more deeply, we're stimulating the energy lines, the main energy lines on the right and left sides of the body, in order to feel the energy flow through the central energy line. And this breath has been proven scientifically to help rebalance the brain, right and left hemispheres. So it brings a sense of coherence, equanimity, so we're not in a state of judgment. We're able to observe ourselves. So it's a great entry point for meditation. Yeah. So with your left hand, left thumb, and finger joints, if you're going to use your fingers, bring index and middle between your eyebrows. If not, just imagine that your fingers are there. And closing off the right nostril, or just imagine that the right nostril is closed. And exhale completely out through the left nostril. Inhale through the left nostril, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, right nostril. Close the left, 3, 4. Inhale, right nostril, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, left nostril, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Keep going for another 90 seconds. If you're familiar with the practice, or if you're feeling comfortable and focused, bring the tip of your tongue to the top of your palate. Tongue position helping to circulate the breath, energy more deeply. Your awareness into the center of the brain between right and left lobes. Imagine a light, the pineal, the pituitary gland is lighting up every time you inhale. Do one more complete round. Exhale out through the left nostril. And as you do this, see if you can lift the perineum, the base of your pelvic core lifts up into the body. Eyes closed, relax the hands. And just allow the breath to flow naturally. And just sit for 1 minute now, so you're observing your mind, entering that state of witnessing yourself, just allowing full acceptance of whatever you're noticing, feeling, or thinking. Bring both of your hands to your energetic heart vortex. You could have your hands gently on your chest. You could have them in Anjali Mudra, palms together. It's a seal, it's an offering to the state of yoga, feeling connected, right and left hemispheres of your brain connecting, finding an equanimous, peaceful place inside yourself. And cultivating now a sense of loving kindness. First principle of yoga, loving kindness, ahimsa. Be kind to yourself, others, all beings. Just giving yourself a sense of loving kindness and compassionate for whatever challenge you're going through, however hard you are on yourself. Say it's okay. It's okay to be where you are at the moment. It's one kind thing other than this practice that you could do for yourself. Maybe tonight or sometime tomorrow. Something that nourishes you. If you're the seed, you're watering the seed in order for it to bloom into a flower. What would you do to allow yourself to bloom? Just reflecting on somebody that you love, somebody that loves you back, and sending out to them a sense of loving kindness. It's one kind thing you could do for them. It could be as easy as a smile. Reflecting now on somebody who's a challenge in your life, somebody that makes you feel frustrated or angry, not in your peace. It's one nice thing you could do, bring a sense of peace between yourself and that person. Being less reactive, giving them space, giving them empathy. If you put yourself in their position, what's going on in their life? How are they looking at you? And just reflecting on somebody that you often see, maybe at the shops or the street. You don't know them, but you see them. First person that comes to you. And just send to them loving kindness, a wish for health and peace. Maybe you'll smile next time you see them. And finally, just reflecting and imagining all beings, everybody in your suburb, our state, our country, the earth, sending out a wish for health, happiness, and peace. Sending out loving kindness. We call this metta, ahimsa. And drawing your awareness back to yourself, feeling hand upon hand, perhaps hands on your chest. And just smile to yourself, thanking yourself for your practice. Cultivating peace in your body, peace in your mind, and peace for all beings. May every thought, word, and action contribute to more peace. In Sanskrit, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Taking your time. When you're ready, just gently moving your body. You might half open your eyes. After Yin Yoga and meditation, we can be fragile and sensitive. So it's nice just to be silent and go out slowly. Thank you for practicing. First class back in 6 months. Yeah. If you've got any questions, come ask. Hydrate, yeah. And notice how you feel when you walk out. Usually the connective tissue is lengthened, so you feel lighter and taller. Namaste. Namaste. Honoring the lightness and the darkness within yourself and each other.